Good evening. Had a great open house today at the office. Had a lot of people come in look at some really interesting things. I'm going to do a quick preview video for the October consignment auction. Let me go ahead and flip this around. And we have a really fascinating collection of objects in the auction this month that are sure to intrigue most. Everything from designer trash bins or flower pots, the palm oil for habitat, to vintage artwork, 1961 piece there, Italian style antique paintings, some wood blocks. Probably the most intriguing, interesting collection in the auction is the Armour and chainmail. It came out of one collection, and you can see what's really intriguing about this chainmail is that these are actually flat discs. They're flat rings, not round, and they actually have a pattern embossed on them. And you can actually see pretty well there in the video. So it's chainmail is hard enough to make as it is. It's very time consuming. But when you add the fact that these are flat and not round with decoration, it just adds a completely new level of work and depth to it. Also from that same collection is this nearly complete suit of armor. Outside of the left arm, left hand and wrist piece, and the fingers, this seems to be completely complete. Entirely acid etched. All the decoration is acid etched. All leather backed. We think it's late 19th century. No reason to believe it's any newer than that. It is legitimate armor. It's super heavy. This is not costume. This is not made for pretty. This is made it served a purpose. Very solid, very thick, a lot of weight. We tried to put this on one of our dress form mannequins, and it just wouldn't support it. So that's why it's on the table as it is. Let me go show you the other couple of things from that same collection before we move on. We have the Persian helmet with a little bit of chainmail around the edge and shield. The Spanish Maori helmet, and then the chest plate there with we were told this is where they tested. They shot a bullet at it. If it didn't go through, it was good because that would prove it would stop a bullet. So that's the collection of armor that we're pretty excited about. Other highlights are, of course, the pair of Benin bronze leopards that have these table mounts on them, and they're super cool, really well done. This form is known in Benin bronze. You see them. If you look up Benin bronze leopard, you'll see others out there. But quite honestly, these are some of the better looking ones that we found online. The angles, the proportions, and everything else seem to be much more thought out and make a lot more sense on these than most others that we saw. Other interesting things, of course, is the large Santos. We added photos of me standing next to that today because it definitely is a big piece. If you look at, you should be able to see me there compared to how big it is. And a great, great work. This is canvas wrapped leather, all hand painted, glass eyes. A lot of pictures here, the details, but a really wonderful thing. A lot of people in today were looking at the Robert Sanders painting of the Big Wheel. Good night, Amy.
Hi.
And it's really just a well done, newer painting, but very well done and a great type of image. Here are, for the artwork, these are some of the more interesting things in the auction. Are these Scott Colbert pieces? We have the three small, the two Merry Christmas darlings, and then the snowflake. And then over here, you can see that we have three larger grave rubbing pieces, all by Scott Colbert. If you do some digging on him, some research on him, you'll find he is still producing works similar to this today. These are all from the, I want to say 97 on the date on there, 98. Scott obviously knew our consigner and his partner back in the day. There are handwritten notes on each one of these pieces. And his work today is quite pricey, so do some research on that and you might be surprised. Antique paintings of Joseph and the baby Jesus. Another Spanish colonial painting of Marcos Moriana Zavria, who is I'm trying to blank. Basically, he's like a regional pope. back in the day. Beautiful big piece of Steuben. Pair of original Russell Wright folding chairs by Samson. Good heavy gauge. Have been repainted, obviously, but good looking chairs nonetheless. Dig the Italian tables as well. Working forward, have a lot of these grave or monument rubbings. The figures are rubbed in paper, then cut out and laid on this poster board. Big collection of those. Really cool Alaska Pacific Railway piece there. It's got some cigarette smoke staining, but still pretty cool thing. Really dig the old Coca-Cola wooden crate from St. Joe from Hund and Egger. Ham and eggs out of St. Joe, but 1930s or 40s Coca-Cola crate. We've never seen another one quite like it. Big collection of miniature oil lamps. There's several really nice ones, and then lots of others that are selling in groups that are nice, just not quite as nice as the singles we pulled out. A lot of groups of just fun antique collectible things, you know, toothpick holders, amethyst glass, more of the oil lamps. The set of 6 Burlington and Ohio Railway cups are nice old Scammels pieces. Like the little jewelry chest that's full of costume jewelry. Great looking drawers and a lot of fun jewelry. Nice little group of cranberry glass. A lot of it, I think most of it is Fenton. There's the biggest, largest grubbing. That was framed, and so is this one over here. A couple of really nice pieces of pottery on top of the case here, but a couple of really nice collections of sterling silver in this auction from 3 or 4 different consigners. Most of it's from a specific collector. He has been buying silver for close to 40 years and has decided now is the time to sell, and we're happy to help him do that. More religious type iconography. Probably the Black Forest carved crosses that would have had figures of Jesus on them back in the day. See more of the miniature oil lamps, more of the pie birds. Kind of hard to find big groups of pie birds anymore. Another group of carnival glass, more toothpick holders, and more of the same here. Another really good looking decorative oil painting. Probably not old, 20 years old or so, but just a good looking painting. Ready to hang in your home. Great collection of Steinbach nutcrackers, all with their original boxes, and they all look basically like they were never put out. They were just accumulated and collected over some time, and it was time for them to be moved on, and so we're happy to do that. Neat old Coca-Cola tray, one you don't see very often, but it does have some damage, so it's selling some other items. The pictures of cactus are from the same collector and estate as the Colbert pieces and other decorative objects. Love the turquoise aqua background on the Chinese screen. Very unusual color, and we're just really kind of excited just because it's a different color. So you see so many black ones, to see one that's not that standard color is kind of nice. The pictures of the brightest one looks like it's dated right here. 1928. These came from, our consignor said they got them from an old milling company out in central Kansas, which makes complete and perfect sense. Catherine Vesey, Kansas City artist, earlier piece for her, 1975. Was told that there's going to be an exhibit of her work at St. Anthony's H.J.'s Community Center here in a month or so. That's a new community center over in the Brookside area, 64th and Warnell. But they're going to have a showing of her current works. A lot of people in today were intrigued by the rug, as are we. Never seen one quite like it. It has similarities to other Persian rugs we have seen, but I've never seen any rug with just a bird repeated over and over and over again. Slight variations, of course, in color and size and things like that, but still a neat piece. Collection of like dresser boxes with sterling lids, a little group of RS, more miniature oil lamps, and some cranberry and overshot piece or overlay pieces. There are 3 pair Nices in the auction. Shots of this really cool chair and urn. Details of the Portico del Panteon, which is a neat piece. Of course, it has some condition issues, but I'm not terribly offended by that. Simply, partly because it shows its age and it's not been restored. If you wish to do that, obviously you could have that done. But it's a nice piece. Some interesting World War II era German artwork. That's the first of the pieces I'll show you. Nice big lot of sterling rimmed and footed pieces. And here's more of that same German artist Rossmanet. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But we have several watercolors and oils by him in this auction. Nice, one of the other Piranesi. Let me slide back here to show you the Eaton Valois painting. Valois-Eaton, I'm sorry. Consigned by the same couple as consigned the Benin bronze leopards. Interior decorator. I put quite a bit of information about them in the bronzes for sure. More of the silver. We have 4 coffee services in this auction. 3 of them pictured here. The 4th one's a smaller set in the case. This is a really nice set by Eugene Ferner, who is a German silversmith. A huge set of sterling silver. Oh, hey, Mercedes, how you doing? Thanks for watching. You found a Charlie Chaplin marionette. Mark, interesting. Charlie Chaplin marionettes, there was quite a few of those made back in the day because he was such a popular character. They have some value. Just depends on what they are and the condition. More sterling silver, a nice set of rose point. There's more of the Rossmanet watercolors. And of course, we always have flowers out for our open houses. So let me swing back around to the front side of the cases over here. Try not to go too quickly. Let me shoot over here. You can see we have several of the Rossmanet paintings hanging up. They really are intriguing paintings. Several are signed. Most are signed. Several are dated 1942. And even though some of them are definitively military in imagery, several are not. Little village scene. A nice little country scene there with one walking up the lane. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Big collection of perfume bottles from the same lady who's collected the miniature oil lamps and so on and so forth. A couple of really nice pieces that we separate out and sold separately, and then groups depending upon the size and the quality and the condition. There were some that had some chips. Please look at the pictures pretty closely. Paperweights from a couple of different collectors are a lot of fun. And more of the perfume bottles that are always nice. Let's go ahead and head up to the showcases, show you what is in there. A couple of nice vintage purses, nice little kind of assemblage type necklace, earrings, and bracelet. Several nice watches. We sold several watches out of this estate a couple of months ago. Same collector, same estate. They decided to sell more. Nice watches. Dig the 1930s Zuni Mickey Mouse ring, kind of fun. Another set of sterling silver. So we have 3 sets of sterling flatware, 4 coffee services, and a lot of different pieces, odds and ends. Group of silver, and then the sterling brushes and so on and so forth. A couple of nice pieces in this case. The nice Van Brigel pot, nice Akama pottery piece. The Victorian Bride's basketball is very intriguing. Unusual color combination, and the beaded edging is interesting for sure. Some Malik and Royal Bayreuth as a group. One of the most fun pieces in the auction is a little Rieger hat pin, or hat-formed toothpick holder. Good old advertising piece for Kansas City. Fun piece of glass. And more oddball, interesting things. Nice little hat pins. And some more jewelry up high. So you can see it's a very varied auction. Interesting selections all the way through. Kind of walk back through the front. Thanks for, Mercedes, we think it's a really beautiful auction. A lot of beautiful, beautiful pieces. Kind of walk through the entirety of it again on the way back to the front to give everybody one final look as I'm going out here. Love all the thumbs up. Thank you so much for participating, for those of you who are doing so. But you can see we have just a lot of sterling silver this time, really fun. A lot of really fun, colorful glassware, antique pieces, some cool advertising stuff. And of course, the Armour and decorative objects are very intriguing and very interesting, to say the least. So this auction is going to close Monday night, October 29th. just a couple of days before Halloween. So make sure you get your bids in now and over the weekend, and follow us on Monday. We'll be having lots of fun watching this one close. 2 more auctions before the end of the year scheduled already. Both of them are art and art only. So this is your last chance to get some silver type pieces, jewelry, Armour, big bronze decorative art objects from us, because we have a lot of 2D art over the next 60 days. So with that, I will go ahead and turn this off. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, send us a message here. Send us an email at info@kcauctioncompany.com. Or a private message here on Facebook is a great way to do that. And we will see you next week. See you on Friday. We're going to be talking about hotel auctions. We have a traveling circus show coming to Kansas City. It's actually they're being very busy lately, and we're going to talk about what to look for and make sure you protect yourself at an auction like that on Friday at our Behind the Gavel with Jason. Thanks. Have a great afternoon. We'll talk to you soon.